I'm Becca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to use the Made to Surprise Creative Cuts dies to make these quick and easy thank you cards for teachers. Well, that's what I'm going to be giving them for anyway. You can use them for any occasion. I've not put an insert in these ones because I'm going to be putting a note in for my children's teachers, but it's quite easily, you can just stamp one in there yourself. But it's just using some dies and some very fancy folding work. So, well, I say fancy, it's not difficult, it's just it looks fancy. So let me show you how I did them. Right, so to make this card we're going to be using the Made to Surprise Creative Cuts dies, and I've decided I'm going to go with the wide double arrows. So that's the one that I've got out ready. That's just the rest of the collection. And then I'm also going to use lots of flowers that I've already cut out using the same collection, the coordinating florals that was in that collection, and I think they're called funky florals. So I've got those already cut out because you don't want to work seeing cutting all those out because that would be very boring. Right, oh, sorry for the noise. Then you need a piece of cardstock that is 10 inches by 7, and along the 10-inch side you want to score down at 5 inches. And that's, oh sorry, and you need a second piece that is, to use this width of die, depending on which one you're using, depends on how wide you want this piece of paper. This is 3 inches by 7, and then I'm going to score this down the centre at 1.5 inches. Okay. So then the next step is just to take our metal die, it's coming a little bit now for this one, and then I'm going to line up where I've scored down the middle with the mark that I've made on my cutting die. I'm just going to take some low tack tape and try and take some of the tackiness off, because this stuff is in very low tack when you first take it off the strip. Pop it there. Just put a little bit down this end as well, just to keep it level at this side. Okay, I'll just run that through my cutting machine. Oh, and it's not stuck. There we go, it's a bit better. Okay. You can see my plates are well loved, like a banana. Okay, just do that little bit there. And just carefully take off your die. And I like to work from the bottom. So this bit that's come here we're going to be popping at the top to fold the other one in, so you can see a little bit better. So you're just taking one and folding it down towards you. So then you're going to miss one and then go for the next one. You'll be able to tell where you need to go because you get this little score line here, so that'll tell you where you're going to fold it. Now this is when you decide whether if you want to tuck it all behind or leave it in front. It's up to you. I'm going to tuck it all behind this way, and then on the next one it'll show you a bit more. There's down, so then you tuck it behind there, and then you can either pop it over, goes over that one like this, or leave them behind. Go that way. So I'm just gonna pop it all the way behind. It's up to you whether if you want to tuck those little pieces in over the one before. those all in place now. And then the little bit that was at the bottom is to just go and finish this piece here. So it's just to give it that. In fact, I think I'm going to leave that off that one because I think it's alright. We're going to, in fact, I might pop it that way around. See how it, no. We'll leave it like that one. That's the piece. If you watch my video showing, you know, a review of them, it'll show you. I think it's because of the length of it. It's cut it a little bit further than I thought it would have done. That's probably on my part. It's can't blame operator error. So then we're just going to fold this in half now down where we've scored. Now be very careful, because you've cut it out now, the paper is obviously weaker, so you don't want to go and tear your piece. That one was quite burnished properly. Okay, and then just give it a good press. Okay, and then I forgot to bring my normal bone folder out, but you can use the back of your scissors anyway. But I'm just folding and burnishing my card blank, and then this is when you want to decide how you're going to have it, because we're going to have it. Oops, I'll zoom back out again now. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to have it so it goes. Leave it there like that, because then we can always put this bit in if we decide that it needs it, because I think it goes more or less there. Yeah, I'll stick it in once I've got it stuck onto the card. So then you just want to take some glue. I'm using Collal. Also use a spray adhesive, because there's a lot of little fiddly areas that would coat it, but I'm just using this. If you've got one of these fine nib bottles, it makes it easy really. I just want to go all the way down the spine where it's going to attach to the card. And pop that in there. Make sure that it's flush to the top. And the good thing about Collal is if you get it anywhere that you don't want it, you just rub at it and it'll go into like a little gel ball and it'll come off in the end. Okay, so put it right up to the spine and just give it a good press. Now, as you can see, will come off the bottom end here. This is where we just want to snip them off. I can't use my small scissors. Don't want to cut my card blank. I just want to put a little bit more glue on these bits if they're sticking up. And take this piece here, and then it's going to go, slide it down underneath, and then I'll put the glue on when it's in position. No, I don't think that's quite gonna. Don't know why that's done that. Shall we try it with this one instead? Make it work. Oop. That's better. It was that one that's come off at the bottom. It's probably me getting it wrong. So I do apologise, and just put a little bit of glue once you've got it into the position where you want it to go. I think I'm probably just having a moment. I can do all the planning in the world, and then when the camera starts filming, something always seems to throw me off, and I'm second guessing myself. So, right, we've got that in place now. So the next bit is we're going to take our die cut flowers. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot on here, and I've already got these cut out. Now what I've done on the other one is I've just layered them up and I've positioned them roughly where I wanted them to go. So I've got them in all different colours, and I've got some that are already stuck together, so I think I'll have that one there. I've got a nice orange one as well. I've got some of the stems as well that are already cut out. Got any others that are stuck together already? Just like popping them so it's sort of you're auditioning the piece to see where you want them, because you can always change your mind. That one. So what I'm doing with these ones is I'm just going to overlap them so it gives them a fuller look. I'm going to put the pink on the bottom and orange on the top. I like these ones because you can do them in some really bold colours and they work well together. And I want them to have a good contrast from the behind, so that gives you that wow factor when you look at it. And then you just want to decide on whether if you want to pop any other ones in further up. So let's go with some smaller ones. One of these ones. You can get all these cut out ready to say if you're just wanting something to keep your hands busy, but you don't know what you want to do. Just take all your scrap papers and just cut out some flowers and have them ready for doing this sort of project. What else we've got here? Some of the white ones. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud now, and you're probably thinking, what on earth is she saying? I talk to myself all the time when I'm crafting. Because I'm sure you probably know, if you're a crafter, you do end up talking to yourself, thinking out loud. Oh, found the one I want, but I'm trying to get it out of the box. Go and just lay this one up. Now I'm going to be filling in with some of the leaves, so I'm not going to put any more flowers on this, and all I need to do now is sort of just lift them up and tack them into place. So let's go with that. Now you can always take a bit, if you've done this, you can always take a picture on your phone, just so that you remember where you want them positioning. that's our flowers on. Right, so now we just need to put our leaves in. So these we can pop in between all the flowers. And I'm just using my collal. If you're going to be giving this in a box in hand, you could curve up your flower petals and give them some added dimension. I'm going to be putting these in envelopes for my son's teachers at the end of the year. So while my cards at the minute are getting a thank you put on the top, because he's in a specialist school and there's probably, I think there's 22 or 23 members of staff per class, because there's that many children there. So I'd like to make a thank you card for all of them, because they all have a role in each child's care. So I might not be with them all the time, but I like to do a card for all of them as well. Plus it gives me an excuse to play with all my stuff. Okay, and I'll pop some here. Okay, I think that's enough. Right, so the next step is just to put our sentiment on and to put our gems in the centre of the flowers. Now these are some that I've already die cut out already, but I thought ahead I would have got this pulled out, but at least you can see how to do it now. Just be gentle, because the lettering can be very delicate when you've cut it out. This is quite a thick paper, but because you've weakened it and it's all very bendy, it's quite easy to tear them. Again, you could use spray adhesive for this, but I'm just going with this. That's where I'm going to pop that. Okay, and then the final bit is to put some gems for the centre of our flowers now. Got a lovely box of them here. So let's go with, start with these ones. Right, I'll use my tweezers. And I'm just going to put some contrasting colours into them, so you get more colour in there. Some of these darker yellow, more orangey ones for this one. Okay. Yes, got nice big pink ones. Where's that one? This one. We'll go with I'll grab one of these ones. This one reminds me of a pansy. I don't know if it's the colours or just the shape of it, but that's what it reminds me of. And then I'm going to go around the outside with some smaller rhinestones. I can't find the ones I want. I will go with these sparkly ones, because with these ones I went around with the pearls ones around the centre, or some little golden ones. I'm just going to use these. I've got that many of these. Everything's getting gems on it. I'm trying to use up what I've got. Ooh. just a nice, quick, simple card. Zoom out a little bit now, you can see the messy area around me. So that's how to just make a nice, quick thank you card for someone, or for any occasion really. So I hope you've enjoyed that and it's inspired you to have a go. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments for me. And if you've liked the video, if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. And if you've not subscribed, if you would consider subscribing, that would be appreciated too. So I'll see you next time. Bye.